Hello and welcome to Good Morning Enablement. I'm Roger Jennings, and today we'll be talking to Todd Kelley, a senior content producing manager at ServiceNow, about the ways he is integrating generative AI into on-demand digital training. In addition to Articulate Storyline 360, Todd has a strong background in video production, content creation, and graphic design. Prior to ServiceNow, he's enjoyed roles at companies such as Dell EMC, General Dynamics, and Marimba, which is now BMC Software. For full disclosure, Todd and I used to be at the same team at ServiceNow. Welcome, Todd.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me. And for the full disclosure, we were on many teams together. So
That's right.
yeah,
We started first time that I met Todd, we're at a graphic design company and we were doing work for Intel way back in the day.
yep,
And that was a blast.
yep. And Phillips, it was interesting.
Yep, certainly was. Well, we keep in touch all of the time. If we're not talking about the latest Marvel or Godzilla movie, we're talking about what we're both doing in our careers. And you're always talking about really cool projects.
Yep.
One of the things that was really intriguing was your AI integration into storylines. So here we are. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was about I started doing proof of concepts about a year and a half ago. So one cool thing about ServiceNow is they're always encouraging you to think outside the box,
Absolutely.
try something new. And then when the big AI explosion happened, a lot of people were thinking, well, what does that mean for content development? Instructional designers. How can we use these new tools, to help in the development of courses? And one of my ideas, always thought was, always wanted to keep the learner inside the course. So anytime the learner had to jump outside the course, it kind of like messed up the whole flow of what they were trying to learn. And at the same time, it was about giving the learner access to content they might need while they're in the course. A lot of the courses they were learning probably had like topics or products that they might not know fully. So it'd be nice for them to have like some type of chatbot or something alongside for them to be able to go in and pause the course, get some quick information about it, get rid of it, and then continue on with the course. So that was my thinking. So I reached out, and I wanted to try to find a way to do a proof of concept to kind of like see if we can integrate something like this using AI into a course. So
Nice.
that was my start to moving forward.
Man, I gotta confess, I was playing Todd Bingo and I was just waiting. I was just waiting for you to mention Clippy.
No, no, no. There was no mention of Clippy. I'm sorry. We don't recognize Clippy.
but way back in the day, that really was
Yeah.
one of the first types of avatar things to help you along. What are the biggest challenges that you faced in trying to integrate Gen AI with Storyline, and how did you overcome them?
So the biggest things, the number one thing was security. So when the big Chat GPT explosion happened, everybody wanted to use that in their products, but there was a big thing about security. Chat GPT pulls from data on the internet from around, and a lot of that stuff isn't quite accurate. So Chat GPT and these Gen AI products can only give you the data that it knows, and if they get pulling from inaccurate data, then your answer is could be wrong. So you need to really fact check your data. So security, and it was also security. You needed to be able to protect the data, like your internal data, your proprietary data. And one thing you didn't want to do is add that data to a public bot so that it would be out there on the internet. Security and accurate content were like the main focuses in trying to find something that a learner can use inside of a course.
Excellent. Yeah, I've been playing with Notebook LM recently, which is from Google, and it's kind of neat because you can upload your own content to it, and when it responds to your prompts, it only pulls from the content you've given it. I've experimented with it. I don't know if it's safe from the security standpoint or not, but it is really cool when you know that AI is responding to you with information that you know is
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, we've been playing with Core Tools, which does the same thing. Just building some just walled off specific bots with certain content. Like I One of my things is I wanted to have a talk with Neil deGrasse Tyson about time travel. So it was just taking a lot of his books and throwing those in there, and then just telling her, I want to have a discussion with Neil deGrasse Tyson about this, and I got to add tons and tons of time travel thing, and it gave me some pretty good data from there.
That's cool. Could you do me a favor?
What's up?
Ask him if he still thinks Pluto is not a planet.
He does not. He does not think it is not a planet, and he has given some good evidence on why it is not a planet, and I agree with him. I'm probably gonna get some pushback for that, but no, it is
Who
not.
knows? In your opinion, or based on your proof of concepts, what do you think the best types of learning experiences are when you stick your Gen AI into storyline development?
Um, I would say there would be two things that at least that I was focusing on. One is just a knowledge base. It's just overall generalized knowledge base of content that you would need at any given time. So, and of course it's walled off, so it's secure. But just being able to, oh, what does this mean? Oh, that was interesting. Maybe I can ask it about, similar processes and things like that. So a knowledge base thing would be the big thing. Other thing would be that I was thinking is role plays.
Hmm.
So basically, back in the day, and now what's happening right now is I had this idea that in role plays, so basically you have a learner that needs to practice on pitching a platform product to a C-level executive. So I thought it'd be cool if you can take a chat bot and actually train it with the data from an executive, and then have like a person actually pitch a product to it and have it give like real-time responses, and at the end of it, whether they get to the next phase or they get rejected, you can get analyzed what they did right, what they didn't do right, what's the percentage of things that they should have done, and then have them study that and then go back and then run through the whole role play again, this time since the chatbot is moving differently. It will answer depending on the different questions or the different ways that it answers. So if you go through the chatbot in a different way, it'll give you different answers. And it's not something where you can go back and just repeat what you did and change like a question here and there, because it's going to answer differently. So I knew that was a long way off, but I thought that would be a real interesting way to put something like that into a course. Interestingly enough, with like Synthesia and a lot of the way the new Chat GPT 4.0 is going, that something like that is actually possible maybe in a year or so. So that would be something that'd be real cool to actually put into a course to at least give some type of experience. Even putting that maybe into like a micro learning course on its own, so that they can actually have that mobile and they can actually just use it. You know, if you're out at lunch and you want to run through it, it would just be great.
Absolutely. There's a company called Second Nature that I've worked with, and they have something, their product is basically a coaching type product where you're able to enter a room and, maybe your lesson is to pitch a product and it'll listen to you, and then the AI will evaluate, were you
Yeah.
speaking too fast, too slow, stuff like that. It's really cool.
Yeah, I'd
We're
love to build something like that. I'd love to build it from scratch. That would just be so cool.
Very cool. So, what do you see as the future possibilities combining Gen AI and storyline? What else besides the role play? Where else do you see it going?
I think the main thing that I see or I want to see is maybe a AI assistant.
Hmm.
So the way I envision it is, so you have a learning profile, and in that learning profile you get a chat assistant. Whether it's a little icon, or maybe it's a Clippy, who knows, whatever you want. But it would be something that would follow you through your learning journey. So basically, if you had that, it would have access to your goals, your annual goals, your quarterly growth goals, aspirations for moving up, for promotions and everything. It would analyze all these things, and then it would draft actually a learning experience to get you where you need to be. You So so something like that would be real cool. It could actually, at the same time while you're going through courses, it could actually adjust maybe the knowledge checks to like focus on things that you put more focus on things that you should learn, and actually just tailor that on the fly to what you need to know. So I think that would be beneficial to the individual as they're going through their learning experience. So it could actually analyze the things that you're weak in, suggest other courses or other resources to help you, to help you build up on those things that you need to learn. And I just think something like all around something like that, it would really benefit the learner along the lines, like through their whole journey.
Very cool. So when I'm put on my learner hat, and I've just heard you talk about all sorts of cool things and tools and platforms, I want to ask you, are there any specific resources that you recommend? I know a while back you told me you took a course someplace. What do you think is a good way for somebody like me who wants to get more into getting AI into Storyline or a similar platform? What do you recommend I do?
So first of all, I would just say try everything. The top level, just try everything. There are so many like smaller AI products and platforms that solve like little issues, that solve little problems. That's just great. Take case in point now, as you know, when we used to do narration, it would take a week and a half or 2 weeks to get a good narration out to go into a course. So that was just something we just needed to go through because we needed to find the talent, get the script to them, have them go through it, review it, have them do punch ins until we can get a workable something to go into the course. Week and a half, 2 weeks. I started using Well Said, which its AI voice is above decent. It's very good, pretty close to natural. Where I can take a script and I could have a fully functional narration in a course within a couple hours.
Awesome.
Just that quick. Same thing. What else? What else would that be? Same thing with imagery and video. I use Leonardo.ai. There's a ton of these, but Leonardo, like if I need something like an image, like I'm doing a nautical theme and I need some kind of random nautical image for like a slide. Trying to stay within the gray area of staying out of copyright problems and everything. I can go there and generate an image or a video that I can use for the course. There's so many tools that you can actually use for this stuff, but it's like little small things. I suggest that you just, if there's anything that you're lacking in your development, just do a quick search and look out there and see if there's any like smaller things, like smaller apps that'll help you out. Just recently, I decided I wanted to build an app and I don't know how to really code. And I found a YouTube video of that person who uses X Tools from Apple,
Yeah, it's true.
and another visual builder. And between those two things, just using prompts, you can actually build a fully functional iOS app for anything. I think he used it to do an app to monitor the tides at the beach because he loved to go and surf. And just watching him over 10 minutes build this app from scratch using prompts blew my mind. And that's just something I put away because I know that's something I want to try later. Now, if I can use that in the course, don't know yet, but I just know that's something that's cool and I want to use that in something. So my thing would be just there's so much out there right now, and it's the wild wild west. So anything goes right now. Before they lock everything down, it's the same way it was with design. Um, oh, sorry.
It is wild, wild west, and then a lot of the tools that I use, there's a lot of convergence where they're all starting to offer the same thing. It's like pretty soon, will there only be one monolithic tool, or will there still be a little variety? But everything does itself a little bit better than the other ones. So you still gotta hunt and peck until you find what's going to
Yeah.
work out
And
best.
my thing is that Adobe is going to adopt all of them anyway. So if if you use Adobe's Creative Suite, you're going to get it soon. So that's just it.
Awesome. Well, Todd, it has been a total pleasure getting reconnecting, talking, and learning about what you're doing. Um, anybody out there in the audience, if you have any questions or want to start a chat, Go ahead and respond in the comment section. And if I see something for Todd, I'll have him come in there and give you a response.
Sure thing.
But it's just been great, and I look forward to seeing what you're going to be doing in the future.
Sure thing, man. And congratulations on the show. Loving it. Thanks for having me on there. You need me again? Let me know.
You know it, and for you in the audience, you know what to do. Please subscribe, comment, and spread the word. And if you have any ideas for future shows, anything you'd like to see, or if you want to be a guest, reach out and we'll see what we can do. Thanks, everybody.